Alright, YouTube, welcome back to Grandia 2 Low Level Challenge. Now, unfortunately, you missed a little bit because on Friday, I tried to record 4 episodes again, but I had a bit of an issue for like over half of the stream. And since the only thing you really missed was pretty much me. I had to refight the Tongue of Valmar because I needed the skill points. There's my controller. It's just something that's unavoidable. But I had an issue that no one bothered to point out to me till like over halfway through the stream. So I'm pretty much just not going to bother uploading those because one, nothing happened, and B, the quality of it was just to the point where it's just garbage. I'm not putting that out there since there's really nothing of value to gain from it. If there's any demand for it, I'll keep it on hand so I can upload it as a lost episode. Completely unedited though. Maybe except for the break I take. Other than that. Alright, so here's why we needed to refight the Eye of Valmar. Not the eye, the tongue. We want these two spells. Let's see. What else can I raise? There we go. Resurrect. Yep. Hey, welcome back, Aramanu. Yeah, I made sure myself that I wasn't muted this time. Now with our skill coins, I'm not going to allocate any. I don't really see much of a need to. I mean, if even I want to power up, say, 10-second slash, it's still going to take a lot for not a lot of benefit until we hit the last level. I was trying to cancel out that. Looks like you have to do something. Also, for better or worse, I ended up not buying any armor. And if anyone's wondering about the headphones, my earbuds are pretty much to the point where they're gonna break off in my ear. Like, let me show you. See that? This might not be the right one, but one of them is like... It was in my pocket earlier. When I pulled it out so I can get walking, the speaker was dangling out of the case. I pushed it back in, but eventually, sooner or later, it's just going to break entirely, so I'll switch it back to this thing. Note to self, don't do that again. Alright, Merrig needs the Arctic Cape. He will get shredded without it. Yeah, headset looks better. I can't argue with that. Actually, we'll go with the Blizzard Charm. Note to self, I may only need to buy one of those. Since Rowan's the one that needs to survive, he gets the first pick of armor. I'm gonna go with the odd wooden clogs for him. Because any physical attack he can dodge is better than nothing. You get the defense and ice resistance. May as well. Illusion clothes. That defense isn't really going to do a whole lot, so let's give you the red shoes. You all need a bonds of trust. Just because you really can't, I can't have Merrick with it because he'll get shredded without it. Rowan's gonna be doing something anyway, like the entire time. So Ryudo and Millennia gets the bonds of trust. I'm a little bit hesitant to confirm that, really. Not sure what it means by give dash power. Probably evasion. There's only 1 point of difference, so this might help out. Oh, and I also did not buy the, fire rod for Elena because, well, by this point I wouldn't even be using it anyway. Let's make sure my skills are where I want them to be. Yep, all of 2 skills. I don't expect this to go very well at all. There we go. Yeah, hopefully Speedy will make us go faster. And oh, I also bought the only money I actually spent since I got to Miramu Village is buying a lot of Lumiere flowers. I intend to spend a lot of my winnings on more of those because not a lot of spells I plan on using are going to cost more than 25. What the heck? Who's honking? Turn down your headphones, please. On the plus side, it's not as loud in these headphones. There's a bit of audio compression, it sounds like. Alright, unfortunately, I only have 1 set of snooze. What are you doing? Pauline Spew on Rowan. It's gonna hit Millennia too. Let's try to cancel him.
Nighty night.
I also accidentally bought hand grenades instead of Moge bombs, so that might bite me in the butt. Rowan's gonna buff himself first. Yeah, I have a lot more healing. I have a lot more healing items than last time. Let's see. I'm just gonna focus on... Ooh, I actually managed to get a fire bomb, but I don't think it's as useful as it looks. Let's see. I want to use insecticide bombs.
Here you go.
Wait, who missed what now?
Let's work at it.
There's just so much going on. This also means that Millennia cannot really use Fallen Wings. So, also, on my way to coming back here, Millennia actually went berserk while trying to get her killed against the Hellhounds. Because, of course, that's what happens. Rowan should be fine. We're gonna have you use Sensei and Slash on this eyeball.
Here you go.
Oh, that's actually a bit of damage. Wait, I swear it's doing more damage than last time.
Tensei can slash!
At least we'll get one of them down. The sooner we can get one down, the better. Oh, I should have been paying more attention. How ironic. What's the eye doing? Crackle on Merrig. Got a golden hammer.
Golden hammer! Crash!
Alright. Now Merrig can use a healing herb.
you go.
Even with that Blizzard Charm, I'm pretty sure he would have still got shredded by it. Oh, not Delta Bursts. That's 2 Delta Bursts. So I gotta cancel one of them. Oh boy. This went really well. Alright, you get out of the way. On the one side,
Misstep.
I have Resurrect. On the other hand, am I even going to be able to use it? I need to use a healing herb. Oh, great.
There you go.
Wonderful, wonderful first attempt here.
Hey, you okay?
So that healer was kind of overkill. I need to attempt some sort of damage control.
Nighty night.
Maybe that armor actually would have been useful. Of course, one eye doesn't go down.
Damn it! This is the end?
Stop it.
This went really well.
Nighty night.
Whatever that eye's about to do is probably going to kill Rowan anyway. Did it even work? I don't think it even did anything. Sure, you may as well. That's 40 MP, holy. Yeah, you may as well, but I am using a different... If you can actually do it using the save I sent you, then good grief. I went out of my way way too much.
Now you'll be fine.
Let's see. I don't expect this to actually... Well, I went way out of my way to refight the tongue, get the whole way back here, when all I should have just left them done. I should have just left them dead.
Yikes!
Ugh. Oh my. Is that another Delta Burst?
A misstep.
If you manage it, great. But I'm still kind of stuck with this one.
Defeat? This cannot be.
Holy crap. I have no idea how that went so bad. Oh, I know how. I guess I'll try getting one level of Speedy so I can get the other. There we go. You know, I never thought to try shush, but I don't think it's gonna work. There we go. Now I have 2 snoozes. Before I put my mana egg, I'm gonna see what everyone's got. Yeah, once the eyes are down, I really don't need them to use snooze anymore. I guess I'll give Millennia the Chaos Egg, because when she goes Berserk, she'll be doing damage anyway. It's gonna happen sooner or later. You're not going to record the sound this time. Files are too big. Yeah, I can see that happening. Alright. So we'll make this... We'll save this as a 3rd slot. Because I think the double snooze is that much of a, boon. I mean, on the one hand, speed is going to be a lot slower, but it's not until you get to 5 stars that is a significant reduction in time, anyway. So, I think I'll increase everyone's act. Hey, Naomi, how are you doing today? You're in for a treat. We're going to get our butts kicked again. And again. And again. Because low levels are an actual big handicap in this game. I mean, the lack of options for our spells and special attacks are one thing, but we don't even have the stats to make use of what little we have. Like, I'm relying on attack items for crying out loud. That's how bad it gets when you're low level. At least this isn't the worst cutscene to have to watch repeatedly. So, I guess that's a good thing. I hope that's a tendril that can actually put to sleep that's about to smack someone in the face. First things first, I should probably scatter my party. He's gonna use Pollen Spew. So, I'm gonna have him use Beast Fang Cut. I hope. Get Ryudo over there. Ah, boy. Ow. That...
Beast Fang!
I was hoping I'd be able to cancel the Pollen Spew.
Let's work at it.
Yeah, if I use Speedy on both Ryudo and Millennia, they'll be more likely... Are you kidding me? Again? I'm gonna laugh if this ends up waking it up. Because I'd expect it to not work on that one anyway. Of course it worked on him. I promptly wake him up. Oh no! Well...
Damn it!
Well,
This is the end.
on the one hand, Ryuda wasn't confused. On the other hand, I have to revive him, and Merrick, my dedicated item bot, is preoccupied with something else right now. Alright, fallen wings.
Let's work at it.
Oh boy. Not Millennia, that's gonna be a cancel!
Ouch!
What is he doing? What is that furball doing? Are you kidding me?
Die!
I can't believe he's breaking out Spellbinding Eye this early. I mean, if he decides to attack Millennia, she's done.
Let's work at it.
Damn it! This is
And he's down again. There goes Millennia.
Damn it!
I've only been at this for 20 minutes.
Ouch!
Like, they are just gooning me. Like... This is exactly why I think this is the worst boss of the game.
A misstep.
There's basically 7 enemies. Any one of them is almost capable of two-shotting my characters. Hey Vanessa, well, considering I'm still at the eye, not much. Not a lot at all. I've actually got to go all the way back to the tongue because I somehow saved after spending some magic coins, when it turns out the Mist Egg actually has two really decent spells. Speedy, that buffs Act, and Resurrect, that revives a party member
Ryudo,
without
pull
needing to
yourself
use
together.
items. So I had to go back and redo like 2 hours of the game. But so far, all I got is doo-doo out of the whole endeavor. You got 1 magic coin. And, of course, the game is really gooning me right now. So here's what I'm probably going to do. I'm gonna have to just spam attack items. Just keep spamming them until the eyeballs are dead. Also, I did not buy any of the armor when I went back through, because I don't think I really need any of it. I may be wrong. My special coins have been all going into skilled item use and maxing out toughness and vitality. Like, they increase my health and defense. Because I needed those for the tongue. Not so much here, because all it does is make Ruin be able to survive like maybe 2 more attacks. So it doesn't help that much. As for... I have just almost 1,000 sitting around, but I have no idea where to put them. I could probably put them in the Fallen Wings, but Millennia's in your party for... Well, okay, in a low-level game, she's in your party a lot more often comparatively. That's great. That is really... That's a good thing to see right out the gates. Alright, let's start with a Moge Bomb on this one.
Here you go.
So yeah, just spam some items at the beginning. While Millennia and Ryudo will keep spamming with snooze, regardless of whether or not they're asleep.
Nighty-night!
No, not at all. I do not have enough for Yeah, that'd be about, I don't think I even have almost 4,000 in total from everything I got.
There you go.
You just get so little of it until, like, you don't get a lot of coins until the end of the game. Like, the end game ones give you a lot. Whereas the, most of them earlier on the game would come from regular battles, which I'm not fighting a whole lot of. Oh yeah, it would. Oh, you jerk. I don't know if that right there makes you feel any better or worse. I appreciate your attempted humor. Oh, maybe I'll put it to sleep. I just gotta spam snooze here. I just got no other option. Well, I do have a couple of options, just it's very rarely a good option. They were just put to sleep, so how about I Bonds of Trust Rowan? I wonder what would happen if I used it on Merrick. Wow, that is actually significant. Runner. I could think of worse things he could do with that. I'll just have Rowan heal himself. Yeah, that movement's not going to do him much good. It feels like a filler ability, really. I'm not even sure what to do with Merrig. Alright, Fallen Wings. Mild Ryuta uses Snooze. And I think I'll have Rowan use the Moge Bomb. Actually, no, he'll have to use a Healing Herb. What are you doing? Pollen Spew? I don't think so. That's gonna knock him back. Rowan will cancel the Pollen Spew.
This is my way of thanking you.
I'm not sure how, I'm not even planning long term anymore. I'm just thinking, what can I do to not die? So far, it's not working very well. Yeah, Sleeping Harps, I don't know about how good they are compared to Snooze, but the problem is, those harps cost a lot more money than Lumiere Flowers. That's the big thing. I'm not going to be able to get...
This is the end?
RIP. I'm not going to be able to get my hands on a lot of money without having to fight enemies for quite some time. And I'm thinking for a couple more bosses down the line, I'm going to need all the defense I can get. It's Crackle, that's acceptable. Delta Burst is not. Oh boy. Yeah, the problem with the harps, like, if it wasn't for the fact that the harps, one, they only affect a limited area, which means they're not always going to be useful in this fight. And B, more importantly, it can break.
There you go.
I don't know the odds of it breaking, but that is enough to scare me away out of using them. Now, if I found one, that'd be another story. Let's see. Yeah, Moge Bomb. Why not?
Here you go.
Millennia's going to use Snooze again, and Rowan is going to revive Ryuta. Merrick's going to use another Healing Herb, I think. That might be a good course of action. It's a very good course of action because he's about to die. As soon as I get my hands on all healer, this would be a lot less of a hassle. Because I won't have to rely on items to heal my entire party anymore. spellbinding guide will cost way, way too many coins to use. And I'm not even gonna have it available for the bosses I would like to use it on. That might be saying a little too much though. Right, you're gonna resurrect Ryudo. You better not be doing anything sneaky. Sneak!
Let's work at it.
Oh boy. Now, one thing I don't really like about this headset is that it kind of feels like it's squeezing my head. That's my only real complaint about it. Marriage will use a wound salve on himself.
Here you go.
Let's keep in mind that my characters are lower level, which means their axe is going to be lower than I would like it to be. You're going to attack, so snooze. Oh boy. But the main problem is I'm not even sure how much I'm going to have by the end game because everyone's going to need life up. I can't get around that. I need it for everybody. Which is several thousand right there. Ah, great. Why would you confuse Merrig?
Damn it.
I guess I gotta go back for that armor. Because they're getting killed too easily. And let's also keep in mind that even if I buy one level of spellbinding, compared to one life up and decoy, well, the problem is I don't know. I don't know how bad things are going to hurt by that point. Also, please be careful with attack names because I don't want to. I'm trying to keep spoilers for those who are watching blind for whatever reason. Just a heads up. I can't come back from this. I cannot come back from this. I'll just let him kill me. I cannot come back from that.
Yikes!
See? Like, I'm starting to think Speedy isn't even helping. Just hurry up and kill him already. There we go.
Damn it! This is the end.
Basically, you must have this.
Guess I
Must
don't
be this tall
deserve
to
be a
ride.
geohound.
Yeah, at that point, we basically have to rely on canceling it. That's why I'm keeping so many saves. If I feel like I have to do that, then I'll be able to. And that's another reason why I'm being kind of hesitant to save my magic coins. Let's think about this again. These two are my fastest characters. They have the thing that increases act. You know what? Crackle isn't even coming up as often as I figure it would have. So, you two will get the Bonds of Trust. Especially Merrick, because he can probably use it instantly. While you get the Reflection Ring. You get the Arctic Cape. I'm really strongly considering trying this one here. The problem is, who do I use it on because I only have 2 skills? I could put it on Merrig. I got no idea. One of the eggs I'm intending to use, or two of the eggs I intend to use, are both from the end game. Like you get them late in the game. Of course, that's also when I get a lot of my magic coins. Yeah, let's give it a shot. That skill may come in handy elsewhere anyway. Which means instead you are going to get the rune necklace, because he'll take less IP damage from attacks. Or not less IP damage, it'll recover from hits faster. If since we're getting hit by like 10 things a minute, I think that might be a good idea. We're not going to get a decoy skill for quite some time either. Long enough for it to not really be... It'd only be useful for one more fight that I can think of on the top of my head. For sure, because that's what I probably ended up doing on hard mode for that one boss. Oh boy. This is probably going to be by far the hardest challenge if I play through several challenges. Because I'm thinking about somewhere along the line doing a solo character challenge, no magic challenge, and no moves challenge. The solo character is probably going to be a little bit tricky because I can only have one set of abilities at a time, given by the mana egg.
How about this?
Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Millennia open with the Fallen Wings, and I'll have Merrick follow up with the Bonds of Trust. Using Delta Burst on Merrick, that's not too bad a challenge. Well, that was helpful. That'd be one way to do it. I just let them be killed off normally. What's the eye up to? Crackle. That is acceptable. Meanwhile, you use Speedy on Millennia. Yeah, the hardest part of a solo character challenge by far is going to be just simply because you don't have... Well, here's a bit of a pure, so letting being killed off is at least using them as meat shields. Well, fight a regular battle and just kill them off.
Let's work at it.
Or just use items to heal. Yeah, just use items to heal. Although spending the night might be a bit of a problem. But that shouldn't be too bad.
This is my way of thinking.
Yeah, by far the hardest part is simply because your options are very limited. So for a solo character challenge, it might be a little bit rough until you get Speedy, at which point you pretty much have to use Speedy in any battle that you do, otherwise you're just not going to get a whole lot of actions. And it's probably going to be a lot of grinding too. Oh my, I didn't think that would one-shot her. I thought she had a bit more magic defense than that. Oh boy.
Sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything useful. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll have to agree that I think, as far as Ryudo's abilities are concerned, he has the most vanilla abilities. Now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, I'll just leave Millennia down. I'll speed everyone else up.
Let's work at it.
Yeah, but the problem is you have doing a solo Tio challenge would be it starts relatively late. Is the thing.
A misstep.
All right. I have to go back and get armor. I have to. They're getting killed way too easily.
How about this?
So I need to buy one Arctic Cape. One Arctic Cape for Millennia. The rune necklace would be for... Actually, since Millennia has a higher act, she should get the rune necklace. And the shoes will cover the... The shoes I'm going to buy will cover the ice damage. How much damage reduction does how much damage reduction is an elemental resistance level do anyway? There we go. Because the shoes I'm gonna buy have ice reduction too. If that's like 20% damage, then that would be enough to save Millennia from that sort of situation. That also means I'm gonna go through the entire dungeon again. That's what I'm thinking. 10% per point. Alright, so I'm gonna go refill. It's going by the metric of 5 being 50%, 10 being total immunity. That makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, I'm going to refill my drink real quick. And then we're going to go buy some armor. Go back through Iris space. Grab the treasure there. And maybe actually stand a chance. Because we're just getting battered way too roughly. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Like, we need skilled item use. I'll need it sooner or later, and it's... I don't think it's very useful right now. Yeah, this is the save. This is the one that takes us back to town. Just want to make sure. Alright, so here's what I want on my characters. Rune necklace. You get the Arctic cape. You need the extra defense there. You two get bonds of trust. Alright, you just get the reflection ring. And you have the bonds of trust until we get the other one for Rowan. Get the Chaos egg. I'm not going to spend anything till I actually get to the end of Iris space, though. First things first. Buy 10 Lumiere flowers. 15 Mogate bombs should be enough. Yeah, 250 for a chance it might break. It doesn't even put them to all. It is like, maybe it does work 100% of the time, but it's more important that I can put them all to sleep. Let's see, do any of these have anything to them? No. See, I'm not going to worry about the earth resistance. Pixie's robe, that would be useful, but the problem is, it's not as good defense. It doesn't really crop up enough to really be worth it, if you ask me. Let's see. Did I just buy 4 I did. Alright. Reload. That's part of the reason why I ended up having to do Iris Space off stream from the lost episode. Because I kept doing that. Alright. I know what I want on my characters at least. What in the world? Oh, what? Alright. 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 I need to... Yeah, let's just take a nap. Take a nap right here. Okay, I need to recover from the shock of that. I just... That's a new one. That's a new one. Cat, come here, cat. Kitty? Oh, they're both asleep. I can't bother the kitties, they're sleeping. Oh. Wow. Wow, that's a new one. I didn't know that was a bug in the anniversary edition. I'm not gonna lie, that actually really legit spooked me. I think the game is turning me into a creepypasta. How does that happen, though? How do you screw up a game's code so badly that that happens? This is actually really tempting. That's really tempting. I'll just stick with... I'll probably have to buy more Moge bombs sooner or later, so I'll just grab some there. Data overflow causes a texture to be read as another texture. It's usual. That makes sense, but I mean, this is the only time I have seen that ever happen. In the Steam version, even. Now, here's the odd thing. It's not like I reloaded my save. I Alt F4'd and restarted the game, and that's how it happened. So, that makes it worse. That makes it worse if you ask me. Alright, a set of these for everybody. So, no red shoes for anyone. Nothing as comical as a ground being replaced by Merrig. Yeah, like, that wasn't even what, like... Maybe... I'm trying to even think about where that texture could possibly be to justify that, because that doesn't look like any texture I've seen in the game. I mean, yeah, it's Merrig, but I don't, like... It'd be one thing if it was Millennia because of the shiny plate. So our trees' leaves get replaced by a frog's body. Here's hoping that the Switch version doesn't have such horrible bugs. Let's see. The very one that's... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm not an expert on 3D models, so you'll have to forgive me if I make a mistake on those. Alright, which of these can I sell? Adventure suit. Now I can buy... What was I missing? Oh, I need to... Any of these can I sell? I'll sell the Jade Charm. Too many moving parts for that. Wait. It's an older game, so it's just a 3D shape with a texture wrap to it. Yeah, like on the PS2 version, there is a bug where if you kill an enemy while, say, Rowan is in mid-warp, his texture disappears. But I mean, at least that makes sense. This does not. Like, I'd expect like other ground textures, not freaking character texture. If something like, I am so spooked. Not helping is the creepy music. But I think we got all of our armor. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, before I forget again, and since it'll actually make killing the hellhounds a lot easier, yeah, let's stick that thing on him. But yeah, too many moving parts for putting textures on the models. Like, I do have an interest in making my own game, so I do need to know these things. It's just between streaming and school, I'm probably not going to be able to actually make the project. Like, this is basically taking all my free time, which I can't really complain about. Although I'm not sure I'll be able to stream tomorrow, because I'm not sure how my homework's going to look. Because I got an exam coming up and I'm slightly worried about. And that's only because of my... What's it called? You do mod them. Ooh, what do you mod? Because I tried the mod Final Fantasy VII with, well, I broke Guard Scorpion. I don't know how, but I managed to do that. On the plus side of having to go through this like umpteen times is that I know my way around here pretty well. Whatever is feasible, mostly, ooh, Fallout and never heard of Haiti. I got pretty far through Fallout. I think I got near the end. I made it to the point where you had to deal with the super mutants, but that's about it. The main reason I haven't finished the game is because of dog meat. So if I ever play Fallout on stream, which is unlikely because it's a little dark, I might just not get dog meat.
Everyone, this way.
First game you wanted was New Vegas, and you wanted it to fix a bug. I believe that. The first game I modded, it was either Galactic Civilizations 2 or Civ 4. It's one of the two. Because you can mod them with a simple notepad document, I think. Just edit something in a notepad and there you go. If you wanted to make more extensive mods, though, you'd have to do a lot more stuff. Did you win? Aura Manu, did you win? The whole 6 to 7 hours learning how to open the engine and the GECK crate, add a place the engines to fix a glitch you were dealing with. Well, well, I guess the saying is true. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. I'm not sure, like, well, the one thing I really don't get is why so many games are released broken these days. Yeah, it took Merrick 5 minutes to die. Your conditions are horrible. I know. I can't believe you actually pulled it off. I thought it was, like, absolutely necessary for me to go back to grab Speedy. Whoop. Necessity is the mother of invention. I believe that. As long as none of you attack Millennia, it's fine.
Everyone, this way.